Hello everyone, I'm going to try to help you on how to building your artifacts and making your Genshin Impact characters better, simply, stronger, uh, probably have more health, more attack, more defense, all of that good stuff. So, the first thing I usually like to get into it when building into a new character, I like to figure out their main play style. So, like Yamiya, her second talent, she converts her physical damage into pyro. So I kind of built her around a pyro type of artifact. Second example I would say would be like Bennett, because his special heals you, and once it's done healing, you get Bennett's base attack onto the character that's on the field within his red circle. I built him as a support, so the artifact set that he has is Noblesse Edge. That way, I don't also get his effect and his benefits. I also get the artifacts of effect. So I get 20% burst increase for all my party members for 12 seconds on top of his damage input. Then I would say third I would use, for example, would be Eula, because she's a physical instead of like really cryo. I built her around her artifact where her physical and her regular melee attacks can do more damage. So it's more based off of how you want to build your character. Is it going to be a main off field, just pop in, drop something, come out? Or is it going to be a healer? Is it going to be a main DPS, a sub DPS, any type of sort of like that? I'll do some examples now. Or for some examples, I would do, okay, so Yamiya, she has an artifact set that gives her pyro damage bonus, the first piece. But then I have the 4 piece, so because I have, can't say his name, Waterboy. Waterboy on my team. I'm also gonna get a 15 increase on damage because of Vaporize. And then I'm also gonna get the 2 piece effect of the pyro damage. So let me show you. Okay. So you seen there that it was given about the same output, like the first 2 hits on Yamiya, around 3k, but then eventually once she did her 4th rotation, like into a flip, her and Zhongli would probably hit about like 12k damage together, and that's due to the artifact set that I have on her. So all goes into building her talents also, and just knowing what character, how you want to play the role. I could do another example. Let me see. Okay, well, let me show you guys this. So if I do this, her attack is at 1,868. All right. But if I use Bennett's Q, if I just be out here with the buff, the 12-second of this buff, Noblesse Edge, I'm at 2,000. Now if I'm in his ring with the Noblesse Edge, I'm sitting at 2,473. And that's just Yamiya and Bennett, let alone together. So at the same time, he still heals because that's one of his properties as a talent. But at the same time, he also is one of my buff characters that helps me, push and shove enemies around without dying nor being too weak. So it's all based off of that. It's all based off how you want to personally want to build your character. Because I would say, for example, I say like Jean, you can use Pale Flame on there because she's a physical DPS in a way. But at the same time, you can also probably use her animal set, at least the tooth piece. So all based off of what kind of damage you want to put out and how you want to put it out in that team. Once I usually figure out the sets I want to use, like for Yamiya, I go into the domain, you know, trying to grind it out. And you usually want to go for the circlet of crit rate or let me see, where is it? Crit damage. The reason why is that is because if you don't have any crit rate, at least that's above, like I would say 40 or 45 recommended, then your crit damage and your attack, let alone, won't be as a high output number. You won't be doing a lot of damage. You need a crit damage, high input. So I say at least about 80 to like 100 or 200 if you can get it for crit damage, and then 45 and above for crit rate. Crit rate gives it the chance, like the luck to hit a higher output, a higher attack. So yeah, if you have low crit rate, even I say 12 crit rate and 200 crit damage, your character won't be doing that amount of damage or numbers or anything because it won't have the chance to hit a high number. Also, talents is very important. If you have like talents like at 2, no matter what your crit rate and crit damage is at, your character just won't do a lot of attack or the numbers that you want to see. You need to upgrade these 2. Each part is part of your character. After that, you kind of just go into like how you want to build her. So if this was Eula instead of Pyro, I would have physical because she's a physical DPS. Even though she's a cryo vision carry, you know, I would still use physical because that's what she mainly is used for, main DPS. But for Yami, I use Pyro because when I press her E, it transverts her regular attack into fire or Pyro. And then I also got some other pretty good rolls: 15% crit damage, 2.5 crit rate, 10.5 crit rate, 14.8 crit damage. So you just gotta go through domains and just keep grinding basically. Also, if you're for example, like if you're using a team like with Yamiya or just a team with a lot of different elements or carries in the team that's doing a lot of elemental mastery, like hyper carry, you're going to want a lot of elemental mastery on your character. This right here. So for example, if I was to just use Yamiya in a fight, all you would see would be her pyro damage and it will only be like 3k. But even with let's say Mona and her, because Mona is a water vision carry, my attack would be increased for 15.3% because it will be vaporizing enemies, and that comes in with elemental mastery. So that always comes into play. If the characters hit the same enemy, it makes the fusion kind of stronger in a way. 2 elements.